My name is Jennifer Edwards, and I'm on the board of Justice and Witness at the First Congregational UCC. And I'm here with some ladies who represent Black Lives Movement, Manhattan, Kansas. And I would like them to each introduce themselves to you as well. Teresa?
Hi, how are you guys doing? My name's Teresa Parks. I am one of the co-founders of the Black Lives Movement here for Manhattan, Kansas. Thank you very much for having us. We're excited to have a conversation with you guys.
And I'm Janae Cole, a co-founder of the Black Lives Movement as well. Thank you so much for having us this afternoon.
Thank you for being here, you ladies. Janae, how does your movement differ from Black Lives Matter, or is it actually a part of that?
Black Lives Matter to us, but we're not part of that movement. The Black Lives Movement of Manhattan, Kansas is established, of course, to fight this injustice that we are experiencing across the globe. We are not associated to the Black Lives Matter organization, but we actually fight for the same rights. This is not a movement of any type of violent movement, I guess I should say. Okay, not whatsoever. The reason why our name is BLM MHK is not to separate ourselves from the Black Lives Movement. It's just here to let people know that, the citizens here in Manhattan, Kansas, we're not going to stop with the movement. We're going to keep going with something every day. And then with the involvement of the community, that's what's going to help keep the circulation.
We don't want people to go back and get your gun and shoot everybody. No, that's not what we're wanting to do. Don't burn, don't loot stuff, but show up, speak up, get involved in the areas where you can make some change. And being peaceful is not being weak in your position. We are very firm about where we stand about injustices and abuses that happen. It happens in small scale situations and it happens in big systemic situations. And so we want to make sure that we are able to eventually be able to address all of those things in a way that's going to affect meaningful change.
Let's talk some about your logo. Tell me what it means to you, and what is the symbolism of it?
Okay, I can start off from that and Teresa will piggyback on it for me. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so do you guys have a picture? We have 3 different buttons, so I'm gonna just talk about the one with the Kansas sign and the fist.
The fist is the one that I've seen.
The idea and the concept is the Kansas map around the BLM MHKS for Manhattan, Kansas, to brand Black Lives Movement around our area. The fist is the clenched fist is a symbol of support and express your strength and your unity. So this fist here is very historic. It's nowhere violent. There's all nationalities is utilizing the fist. So by clenching it up, it's just like, this is all my, I feel this. It's hard for me to explain it, but I'm gonna let Teresa finish up on that.
Okay. With the fist emblem and that image, it is something that has been used actually throughout generations as a symbol of not only resistance, but solidarity, unity, and power. And that is something that a lot of people forget, is that there is strength in unity in numbers. Everybody doesn't have to have the ability to do something life-changing, but a whole bunch of people who are willing to do a little bit can get a lot done. And so it speaks to the power of community. And that's what we've been trying to tap into. Who are the people who care about our community? Who are the people who see some of the same issues and that are passionate about changing them? And so with us bringing in that fist, and, there's been some very iconic moments when it's been used. Back in the '68 Olympics, we had 2 of our Olympians who were on the podium and who were actually censured for using and standing up and speaking about what was going on in their communities, even though they were on a world stage. And so the same thing with us, now that we've gotten some traction and some momentum and some people who are passionate and fired up, we want this to be more of a symbol of us coming together and standing strong with one another. Nothing about violence, nothing about any type of dissent. It's going to be us coming together in love that's going to make something happen with us. And so we wanted to make sure that that was still represented. But I know that there are a lot of people who kind of shift the narrative and think that we're some sort of, we're not a terrorist organization. We're not trying to, just burn everything down. We're not trying to be anarchists or anything like that. But what we are trying to do is be active and involved and engaged when it comes to making sure that our kids just have a better future. I don't want my kids to have to protest and march about the same things that I'm marching about, the same things that my parents marched about, my grandparents, my great-grandparents. The change is going to come from us, and so we're trying to do our part. And that is definitely the strength of that.
I like the fact that it has historical meaning.
Yes.
And I do think that that fist needs to be explained over and over and over again, because when I hear you talk about it, it really stirs up emotion.
Yeah.
Well, oh boy, I want to thank you two so much for your passion and your hard work and your action to bring justice to our community and the world. And thank you for your time today. And I look forward to meeting you again.
I can't wait. We love allies, and wherever we can get them from.
Well, you have quite a few in our church, I think.
I will say that you guys have been very responsive and very proactive. That's one thing that we were a little frustrated about, is that, sometimes churches are hesitant to be more vocal about social issues and human issues outside of whatever their doctrine is. Right. And so whenever I see people of faith who are also about that functional piece, I'm not just going to sit back and passively pray about this. How can I reach out and help, and what can we do? I love putting that faith and function together.
Well, then I'm sure we'll see each other again.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.